The comedian Tommy Cooper recalled that he was going through his attic and he found a Rembrandt and a Stradivarius. Josiah. But unfortunately, it turns out that Stradivarius was a terrible painter and Rembrandt made rotten violins. Even the greats are not good at everything. We need a mixture of talents. Possibly one of the most profound things that I've ever heard came from the historian and thinker Yuval Noah Harari. This part of his idea is obvious and can be summarised in a single word. And the personal impact of our leadership training for me is that this idea is at the very heart of what leadership is and should be. The idea is so profound that it explains the power and success of the human species. And the funny thing is that this power, if misapplied, used incorrectly, it can be used to create horrors, hostility and hatred. So what is this piece of wisdom that is so profound, and why am I bringing it up now? I'm bringing it up now because it lines up so perfectly with the attitudes and thinking that I have learnt in this course. And after that, I can relate this thought to how I am using the leadership training to align with my values and goals to strengthen my self-development. This little part of Harari's argument starts with this observation. Humans are not successful because we are so intelligent. Even with these big brains, individually humans are pathetic, incapable, and not able to thrive or maybe even survive on their own. We're not significantly stronger, faster, or more resilient than many other animals. What sets us apart is our ability to collaborate. The human race collaborates better than any other known species or organism. Every remarkable success humans have ever had has been a joint effort. Cities, spacecraft, telecoms networks and railways. Not even individual successes such as Einstein's theory of relativity or Beethoven's musical compositions are possible down to these people alone. Einstein built on the foundation laid by countless mathematicians and physicists that came before him, and Beethoven's musical compositions were influenced by the traditions and innovations of his predecessors and contemporaries. Yes, different perspectives cause friction, however, we need each other. So coming back to the question of why I'm bringing this up now, isn't collaboration at the very heart of the tools that we have been given in this leadership course? In fact, mobilizing, guiding, cooperation is arguably the core function of being an effective leader. In leading or being an influencer in my collaboration in Network Rail, I have been putting these tools of the leadership training into use in the following categories. Conflict resolution and facilitation, effectively managing disagreement and conflict constructively, helping team members to find common ground and the ability to move forward productively. Honestly, my personal situation in Network Rail is not a very hostile one. So out of the strategies of accommodate, avoid, compromise, collaborate or competition, it's easy for me to work towards collaboration each time. My interpretation from our leadership training is that a range of perspectives are useful or even vital. Being challenged pushes me into thinking about situations rigorously, and I have been embracing this challenge as both a way of giving me that opportunity to explain myself more fully by way of checking my process and my planning, as well as a way of urging those new ideas to come up. Under this category, what has also been helpful from the training has been building resilience, and I hope setting a mood to encourage resilience in others by being aware of my own emotions, my own thoughts and behaviours, of developing a growth mindset, of reframing those negative thoughts into positive ones. The things that I am possibly the worst at is reaching out to others to build a support network. It's something that I'll probably have to plan and work towards. As far as resilience is concerned, I'm taking that time to look after my own mental and physical health. I've actually been inspired to start daily meditation sessions, the mindfulness ones. I'm focusing on coping with criticisms by noticing the events, noticing how I interpret those events and attempt to react positively to direct a good result. As such, I've actually been focusing recent work on improving the stability of my SMS failover system because of the criticisms, of the constructive thoughts that have gone towards it. Recognition and appreciation. When I have recognised in the past and appreciated my colleagues' contribution, I have told them, but I've also sent an email to them and included their line manager, and it really has been appreciated. So building the network, as I said before, isn't my strength, but in time I hope to create a culture of collaboration and support, depositing into that goodwill bank, and not with the intention of getting anything out of it, but because I really do have a genuine interest in the well-being of my colleagues. I do think that it helps me to be one of the engaged as well, and maintaining a relationship with the connected, hopefully eventually avoiding ever becoming dog-tired. Delegation and empowerment. Delegating tasks and responsibilities effectively, providing team members with the autonomy and resources they need to succeed, and fostering a sense of ownership and accountability. In delegating or communicating tasks, I have been doing this with an understanding of the type of person that I am working with, and utilising their skills and in particular their knowledge. Are they introvert or extrovert, sensing or intuitive, thinking or feeling, judging or perceiving? And when I've been talking to them, I've tried to consider or match their levels, whether they control their emotions or how assertive they are. Are they analytical, driving, amiable or expressive? But most importantly, the realisation for my situation has been that appreciation of the need to explain what I'm capable of and what I need help with. This opens the opportunity for my colleagues to offer me help and to identify themselves as being able to take on aspects of the task. I have been thinking in terms of Dilt's layers, but I'm still at the level where I have to keep looking back at the material to remind myself of how the information might be applied appropriately. Communication and trust building. So this to me means that I'm mindful of trying to create an environment of open communication, transparency and mutual trust, where team members can feel comfortable sharing ideas, taking risks and holding each other accountable. As such, I'm ensuring that I'm being an empathetic listener with an attitude of genuine interest and listening with a conscious effort, using words such as please tell me, please explain to me, please describe to me. I'm trying to develop that rapport with techniques such as match and mirror, pace and lead. I do not just want to talk about work, but I also try to engage with people personally. And I recognise that this is a skill that I need to develop over time, but it is something that I am consciously trying to do. Visions and goal settings. This involves clearly articulating a shared vision of the common goals that inspire and motivate team members to work towards a greater purpose. This can involve understanding that circle of influence and understanding the team's areas of concern, of being responsible, noticing whether I'm using a victim voice or am I talking more proactively with a responsible voice, and getting to grips with the progress that we need to make.